Okay, I don't know how to start this, but here I'm in the trailers in the astronaut village. You see they've got like w- welcome astronaut. I'm so excited. So excited. It's so fancy. There's like a fancy bathroom and then like the fancy bed. Wow. Wow. Oh, check this out. Check this out. In the bathroom. Look at this view. Whoa. Whoa. Oh wow, look, they know me so well. The art on the wall. It's. I'm assuming this is that. I don't remember the name. The first dog in space. This is the outside. I'm gonna go harass my dad. He's in this one. Letter. It says, "Dear Astronaut Best, welcome to West Texas and New Shepard Flight NS-19. We're both looking forward to spending the next several days with you as you embark on what we will hope be a life-changing journey. L-4, that's today. L-4, launch minus 4 days." And they gave me a schedule. That's what I've been doing all day today. They have a fully stocked wardrobe. I didn't bring any of this. This is all shirts and stuff that they've provided. Let's see, Beth. Astronaut ice cream. Oh. Space rocks, yes. Pop rocks. I mean, sorry, space rocks. Moon cheese. They're doing this on purpose. I see it. I see it. Boom, smash, cut, forward. Hi, it's been a few months since that last clip that you just saw. We're going to be showing more footage from the actual, launch here in this video, but I wanted to interject with some Q&A questions that I asked you guys way back then and haven't answered until... So let's start with my favorite question, which is this one here. It says, "I'm curious what the training was like. It's not often you get to hear about how they train people off the street to strap into a rocket." So let's get into that.
I think a lot of people are surprised when they hear about what the week leading up to the launch was actually like, because it's kind of like a space camp. It's not a crazy 2-year-long training experience because the flight profile is honestly mainly autonomous. There's not much that the crew has to do in a nominal flight. We basically just need to know safety stuff and what to do in an emergency, as well as some other fairly simple logistics. So basically, we arrived a few days before the launch, got into our nice Airstreams, and had food and schedules and all that laid out for us in advance. And all we had to do was show up, do the things on our schedule, and pass the exam at the end, which is an important point. The FAA requires you to pass an exam to be able to be certified as flight ready for this kind of mission. So there was some kind of classroom training that we had to do, but it was all pretty easy and straightforward, and I had a lot of fun. We would get to the training facility in the morning and put on our flight suits. We were wearing them at all times during training so that we would be comfortable in them when it came to mission time. But they also had refreshments and fancy spinny chairs, and they even gave us iPads to take notes on. The iPads had little practice tests and refresher lessons on them that we could do on our own time. In the training facility, they also had a replica of the capsule itself and the seats. And when we first got there, they weighed us and measured us so that they could make the seats as comfortable and supportive as possible. And then they also ran our weight distribution calculations to assign our seatings. I was in number 5, which was right behind my dad. All right, so this is the training capsule, crew capsule. This is my seat here, seat number 5. Astronaut MEEPs right there. We get information like Mach, G's, miles per hour, feet. You could also do it in metric if you don't want imperial. We got our 5-point harness. We've trained very well on how to take this on and off and all that. This is my thing. I'll be making some faces at this camera that's right above my seat, and yeah, this is the deal. This is what we've been training in. The classroom training was basically slideshows with information and video examples from the previous 2 flights, showing us what to do and what not to do, and going over, emergency scenarios. The replica of the crew capsule, which they called the Tortoise, was used to run flight simulations. And these were pretty basic. There wasn't any like physical movements or G-force training going on with the simulations. The main purpose of the replica in those simulations is so that once we're doing the actual mission, we're used to what everything looks like and where everything is on the inside. So there's no confusion and we can just execute. They also play the flight sounds at full volume. So we know exactly how every stage of the flight will sound and how loud it will be. Then, of course, you also get to practice all the emergency scenarios and, other non-nominal events. They showed us what to do if we needed oxygen masks, like where to get those in the capsule, what buttons to press if there was a fire. They also have us practice getting into the seats in 1G, so normal gravity, and 0G. So when we're in space, we can get back into our seats before it starts coming down and we start hitting heavy G-forces. We also went over the entire load process, like climbing the tower, ringing the bell, and what that would all be like so that on launch day, there would be no holdups and we would just know exactly what we were doing, including where to stand for pictures. But yeah, it was pretty simple. Most of the critical information, like the stuff that was on the test, it was all pretty basic stuff like terminologies and what to do in specific emergency scenarios, as well as, what the lights and information on the crew information panel in front of us when we're sitting in our seats, what all that means. Because that's, the primary source of our information in case Capcom breaks up, like we don't hear from the comm team. It's honestly a lot of just small logistical stuff, but the test is multiple choice, so it was pretty easy. Honestly, probably easier than like the written driver's test. All right, I think that answers pretty much all of the questions I got about training and Astronaut Village. So we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna specifically answer each and every one because I think I covered all your questions, but if not, comments below. Anyway, let's get to the next question, which is, what was it like sitting in the rocket waiting for it to launch? Also, what was the launch itself like, the feelings of the rocket, and the G-forces? And honestly, I think the best way to answer this question is to show you the footage of inside the capsule. You'll be hearing us chatting, what we were chatting about. So without further ado, let's roll the highlight reel of launch day itself.
Ready?
Of course. Great.
You guys are with Capcom from here on out. I will see you when we get back.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you when we get back.
Kevin.
We appreciate you.
Astronaut Leap, how do you read?
Loud and clear.
Good morning, Control. Good morning, Original 6, and welcome aboard the ISS First Scout.
All right, guys. Laura, when your father became the first American to go into space 6 decades ago, it took the entire resources of a nation state, a determined nation state, to do that. And today, you guys can do it in a completely different way. That, for humanity, is what's called progress. And big things start small. This is how it starts. You guys are going to have fun. Enjoy yourselves. And Godspeed.
We're happy to be on the
Yeah.
This is the flight director with the GoPro for terminal count and launch. Capsule, go. Booster, go. Ground, go. Safety, go. Capcom, go. Engineering, go. This is the flight director. New Shepard is go for launch. Booster, commence the terminal count.
Yeah.
Luca flight.
Ready.
No clapping allowed, though.
Nope. Just whooping. Cameron, next time can I just take you for a walk in the park?
I mean,
Take him fishing.
Taking to a baseball game, football game.
you asked me to come. I didn't ask you.
That's true.
Thank you all to all my new friends here. That's gonna be great.
Does that include me? Do I count? Okay.
I really do like that game.
We are 30 seconds away from auto.
Gifted first.
This is probably the most time we've spent together in the past like 5 years.
Yeah, sure. I think that'd be true for any father-son. It's just to get that quality time day after day.
Yeah, yeah.
The gate is now retracted, but you guys can't see it.
Thanks for that report.
There's a warning amendment here as we test our hydraulic pump.
Oh, here we go, baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Michael, look at that windsock. It's not
First
even
up, you may feel
possible.
the rocket moving as we test the fins and gimbal the engine.
All right. We got almost 1 minute. You guys believe this?
I love it.
I can't believe this. I just can't believe this. Is great. Are we dreaming or what?
No,
Yes, we are.
it's a real thing.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
8, 7,
Laura.
Light this candle!
Yeah. And here we go.
2, 1.
We are up.
Oh my God!
Love it.
Oh.
My God!
Oh man.
Wow.
Woo! Are we tilting?
Love it.
Kind of slow for atmosphere, right?
There's Max Q.
25 pounds for Max Q. This is awesome. How you doing, Cameron?
Great.
Loving it?
Sun's in my eye.
We'll rotate that speed.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
28 G.
Wow.
Feel the G's.
Oh, for sure.
We are nominal.
Yeah.
2.2 G's.
My eyes are watering.
Stand by, Nico. Stand by, Nico.
Wow.
Wow.
The sun is right in your eyes.
Whoa.
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 Oh, we are floating.
Stand by separation. Stand by separation.
Wait for seatbelts. All right, let's go.
Separation confirmed.
Your belt.
Unstrap.
What up?
Can we get that picture?
Thank
So
you.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, we are
All right,
weightless.
everybody.
We are weightless.
Oh my God.
We are weightless.
Get that picture.
Oh my goodness sakes.
Oh.
This
Yes, picture
is
time, picture time.
heaven.
Oh, let me get my.
Go deep, go deep.
Holy
Got the
smokes.
football.
Over here, guys.
Get in the middle, get that picture.
You can clip your feet
Tuck your
under this.
feet
Don't
under.
forget,
Tuck your
okay?
feet under.
Feet
Hey,
under.
just gotta slide over.
Okay, come on over this way.
Hey!
Go deep.
We're
Go
gonna
deep.
lose them now.
Woohoo! You believe we're doing this, guys?
No, you're.
Oh, check this out. Oh my God.
Oh, you just let go and you go up? Holy moly, I lost it.
I got my shot.
Okay. Gonna turn around.
Which way's up? I'm confused.
I got a ball here. I got a ball here.
This is so much fun.
I've never seen anything like this.
I got my shot with
Mission
the
19.
sun in my face.
All right.
Holy Jesus.
You know you want to say something else besides
This
Smokey's.
is
Let
so
it go.
much fun. Oh, I'm going in a circle.
Do you guys believe this? Cameron, where's my fist bump?
We're above carbon line.
Come over here.
We are astronauts.
Boom,
are.
boom.
Yes, we did it.
Mission 19.
Whoa.
The
Okay,
original
Feel like I
6.
got-
Now you gotta look out the
1
window.
minute warning. 1 minute
1
warning.
minute.
Make sure.
Look at the view, man. This is awesome.
Oh my God.
This is awesome.
But you see that little blue line? It's so tiny.
We're gonna hit 30 seconds soon here.
Oh, darn it.
Darn it.
Oh, we gotta do this. I gotta get my feet
Waist.
under.
Crotch.
There we go.
Copy, astronaut Viper.
Yes, that's our best kicking ass.
Setting pretty.
Astronaut go.
All right, we're good. We're good.
That was the most epic thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. You good, Cameron?
Oh, perfect.
Cameron?
Yeah,
All
perfect.
right, cool.
First up, your booster has landed.
Yeah!
Boosters
I wish I could have seen that. I see it on film.
Stand by drogues. Stand by drogues.
Okay, here we go.
All right,
There they are.
something came out.
Yeah.
Stand by means. Stand by means.
Oh, they can see us now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone got the booster?
Control and all feels nominal.
Anyone got
Yeah, the booster's on my side. My side.
Watch it.
So we're not landing on the mountain. To the right.
I see our shadow, actually.
It is just beautiful to watch. You can hear people already cheering here. This is so exciting.
Very excited crew on their way back to Earth. What a beautiful day in West Texas. What a great view through those big windows there.
Stand by touchdown. Stand by touchdown.
So keep in mind here that
Oh, was that worth it?
Oh my God!
More than worth it.
Unbelievable.
Oh, and I'm still shaking. I'm still shaking.
We made it.
Oh,
Good job, everybody.
Thanks for sharing it with us, really, guys. And, thank you very much, man.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that highlight reel. We're going to get into some rapid fire questions right now, just try to get through a bunch of them. But we're going to start with this one. They were asking how difficult it was to get back in the seat in zero gravity and how that compared to what I thought it would be based off of training. And honestly, it was fairly easy. In training, they specifically told us that they thought that it was easier to get in the seat in zero gravity than it would be in the training facility with 1G. And I think they were right in that assessment. They have a specific seat ingress procedure that they teach you for zero gravity, and it's pretty straightforward. You put your hand through the loop onto your chest, and you can use that to roll into your seat, tuck your feet in the feet straps, and then start grabbing your straps and buckling them in a specific order, which is waist, crotch, shoulder. You might have caught them yelling, waist, crotch, shoulder.
Waist, crotch.
That's because in training, they had us yell that to remember it. That was, one of the exam questions. What order do you do the straps in? So yeah, it's just you do it and then you tighten it down. It was pretty easy. Well, I say it's easy, but I will note the other people in the crew did struggle a little bit with it. You can check out this great move by Laura Shepard right here.
I gotta get my feet
Expert maneuver.
under. There we go.
Okay, so now the next rapid fire question, one that I got a few times, is could you see any stars, or was the ground too bright for your eyes to adjust the darkness above? You couldn't see any stars. It was just black. It was, light pollution from the earth, pretty much exactly what you said. So it was just black, the blue line of atmosphere around the earth, which is round, and then just the clouds and the mountains and all of that below. Next was the question, how far into the flight did you really start to feel the zero gravity feeling? Was it closer to the peak or as you ascended? You might have caught it in the highlight reel video. You can hear Laura saying, oh, we're floating. And it doesn't really look like it because we're strapped in, but it's right after main engine cutoff, or MECO you hear on the Capcom. That's when you start to feel like you're floating in your seat, like you're not experiencing any gravity. And then they let you unstrap after separation. You can kind of see here on separation how our bodies go down. That's because we were floating a tiny bit. And the next question is regarding the rapid change in altitude and the inner ear pressure or pain, as well as any vertigo-like symptoms and fear and whatever. So taking that in parts, no inner ear pressure at all. It's a perfect seal. Unlike airplanes, you're going to have the same atmospheric pressure in the capsule as you do at the Texas launch site. And I did have a little bit of motion sickness when I was in zero gravity near the end, but it was manageable. And managing fear, I'm very bad at that, but I wasn't too scared. The training was great. Anyway, on to the next question, which is, how does it feel to be representing the LGBTQ plus community and furries in such a big first? And I just want to preface this by saying I can't represent, these groups perfectly because they're such diverse groups, and that's kind of what makes them special. But I'm just glad to be providing, a vector of visibility, because visibility really leads to normalization. It's when you're kept invisible that I think it can lead to, a misunderstanding of character or what you stand for, or, just that kind of stuff. So visibility is important, and I'm just glad to be that vector. I just think it's incredibly special that the book in history of the first parent and child in space is one from, a queer child, and that their parents are accepting of that and went on this journey with them. That's such a cool page in history, and I'm glad to have been, and I'm honored to have been a part of that. And that brings us right into our next question, which is, how did you come to the decision to incorporate your furry side into your flight? Is it something that you talked about with your dad beforehand? And yes, it was. From the beginning, I wanted to have that vector of visibility included in the experience, and there was tons of conversation of what I can bring and what I can't bring, and it ended up being take a photo, but you can't bring, a fursuit paw and wear it in zero gravity because it's flammable, which is understandable, but I did what I could, and I hope it's appreciated. I got the Meowdy in there. And the next one is a question I get a lot just everywhere, which is the landing. It looks rough. And it's really not. It's not at all. That's actually one of the least rough parts of the entire flight profile. I think I would say the roughest is probably either the G-forces on the way down, which go up to around 6, or separation. You'd see that bump in the footage that I played several times by now. But yeah, the reason it looks so rough is because of the boosters. There's actually air jets on the bottom of the capsule to make the landing smooth. So it looks like there's tons of dust flying up, but that's actually because of air jets that are making the landing smoother. So thumbs up for engineering. All right, and the last question I'm going to answer on this video is, what was your favorite part? And I honestly don't know how to answer that. Every time in those videos you hear me go, woo, that's the best part. Those are the best parts. So go back. You'll hear it. Those are the best parts. But if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments or stop by my Twitch channel. You can ask them to me live and I'll answer. You can ask follow-up questions. It's great. Link to that in the description. But before we head off, here's one last highlight video for you guys. Thanks for stopping on by, and I'll see you next time.
Look at the sky. Look at the sky, still here. I'll be alive next year. I can make something good, something good. Look at the sky, still here. I'll be alive next year. I can make something